So class, on the last video we finished our Venn diagram in our notes. We mapped out all the different possibilities of musical tastes. As you look at this Venn diagram, you can see 4 people here, this orange 4 people only like rock, metal, and hip-hop rap. 4 people like all 3. 2 people only like classical jazz and hip-hop rap. 3 people, this 3 right here, these are people, they only like hip-hop rap. This 5 over here, these are people who only like rock metal. So you can see all the possible combinations. Now these 8s and 6s on the outside, they were only there, class, to help us calculate the insides of the circles. And these 17, 13, and 16, those were only in there to help us calculate the circles. At this point, we could ignore these purple numbers and we can ignore these blue numbers. Everything we need now is inside of the 3 circles. So here's our first question. I'll have to scroll back and forth a little bit. How many students like rock metal? Right, now I know you see that there's already a 17 here, but I want to show you that the way you calculate that out, if you're just looking at the circles, is you just add up all the numbers inside the rock metal circle. So that means you would add up a 5 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and that would give you 9 and 8 be 17. 17 students like rock metal. Alright, how many like rock metal and hip-hop? Rock metal and hip-hop. Now take a look. This is the overlap. This section here is the overlap of rock metal and hip-hop. Both of these sections. It doesn't say, but don't like classical jazz. It just says, how many of them like both of these types of music? Well, 4 of them like rock, metal, and hip-hop. 4 people like rock, hip-hop, and classical. Well, those still count in our category because we're looking at anybody who likes these 2. It doesn't say only rock, metal, and hip-hop. It says they like those 2 pieces of music, or types of music. So it's going to be 4 plus 4. So we're going to pick the 4, and we got the other 4, and that means our overlapping of those 2 circles is 8. Now here's a different question. Like rock, metal, or hip-hop. That was and hip-hop. Like rock, metal, or hip-hop. We'll take a look at the ones that like rock, metal, or hip-hop. We've got all of these in here like rock, metal, and all of these in here like hip-hop, but we don't want to double count the overlap part. So if you see right here, I'll make a mark real quick. You can see these like rock, 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 rock. These like hip-hop and hip-hop. So those categories are all included in our answer. 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, and 2. So we're going to add up 5 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2. If you add those up, we should be getting 22. Let me just check that. 9. Yep, 22. 22 students like rock, metal, or hip-hop. So or means either one of these circles is going to make me happy. You just don't want to double count the overlap part because that's counting those students twice. Alright, let's do some probabilities. If you randomly select a student, what is the probability they will like hip-hop or rap? Now in this case, class, now we start doing probabilities, we're going to need to know a little bit more information. We have to know how many total students there are in this survey. If you add all these up together, you're going to find it's the same number as the top. Or is it? I will tell you right now, that is never a guarantee. What if there's a student who didn't respond to any of these questions? They're not going to be in the circles. So what you have to do when you're figuring out probabilities, number 1, you're going to have to add up all of the circles together first. Let's do that. 5, 4, 4, 4. We got 5, 4, 4, 4. Then we got 3 and 2, 3 and 2. And then the only one we haven't counted yet is 6. I want you to add those up, class. You should get 9, 13, 17, 20, 22, 28. So, the good part about our survey here, the nice part is we actually got all 28 students responded with some type of musical taste. So, the next thing you would do is, how many of them are in the category none? And how many of them didn't respond? All you do is you take 28 total students and you subtract 28 that responded in our survey, and you got 0 students who actually didn't answer the question. Everybody picked at least one type of music. Now you need this 28. You need this 28 to figure out probabilities. Okay? Actually, technically, you need this 28 because this is our total number of students. But we just checked, class, to make sure that all of our students are accounted for in these circles. Okay. If you randomly select a student, what's the probability they will like hip-hop rap? Let's take a look. Hip-hop rap, look at the whole circle, 3, 4, 4, and 2. And in fact, we already have 13 over here, so we could use that, but I just want to stay with the fact that let's use the numbers in the circles only. So 3, 4, 4, and 2. We've got 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2. It's going to be 13. 13 things make me happy over 28 total things. Put that in your calculator. You're going to end up with 0.464, which is 46.4%. How many students only like classical jazz? Now take a look, class. Look at our classical jazz circle. We can't pick this 4 because they like rock also. Can't pick this 4. They like rock and hip-hop. Can't pick these 2 because they like hip-hop or rap. This is the only category. This 6 is the only number of students who just like classical and jazz. And that means we can just find our probability is 6 over 28. Put that in your calculator. 6 divided by 28, 0.214, which is 21.4%. Okay, how many like both rock metal and classical jazz? Take a look. Here's rock metal, here's classical jazz. These 4 people like rock metal and classical jazz. So do these people, because they like all 3. So we've got 4 and 4. We've got a total of 8 people who like rock metal and classical jazz. So 4 plus 4, that means you have a total of 8 over 28. Well, that's the same as our, actually that was 6 over 28. Did I write a 6 there? Yeah, that's correct. We've got 6. Okay, so 8 over 28. 8 over 20 is 0.286, which is 28.6%. And then how many of them like all 3? Oh, that's an easy one. This middle category is where they like all 3. So 4 of the students surveyed said they liked all 3. So 4 out of 28, and that is equal to 0.143, which is 14.3%. So you can see once we build our Venn diagram and we count up, we know how many students are in the survey, we can find the probability that you would select a random student that they would fit into any one of those categories. This part right here, class, you're going to see this part. You'll find out later how this comes into play, because I could have asked the question, how many people, how many students don't like any of these types of music? And you would have said 0%. Alright, let's go to the next page. Got 5 minutes on the video to wrap this up. Last thing here. I want to cover something about probability here that you won't see a lot, but I want to cover it because it's part of our textbook. What does union mean and what does intersection mean? We've already used the words or and. Let's put that in probability terms. A little different way. Union is the union of two or more groups. That means the union of two or more groups means the total number of things that belong to any of the groups. It's like the word or. So when you say the union of two groups, it's the place where the union of two groups, I apologize. The union of two groups means either thing makes me happy. It's like the word or, and we represent it with a symbol that looks like a very rounded U. Think about union class as a combination of two things, or combination of things. It's like a union of workers, a group of workers that form a union. They come together and work together. Okay, last thing is, so I guess let's put this as a question. How do we answer this question? The union of students who like rock, metal, or hip-hop rap would be the probability of rock, metal, union, or here's our union symbol, or hip-hop rap. Okay, last part is, let's talk about intersection. The intersection, a second here. Intersection of two or more groups means finding the things that are shared by all the groups. It is like the word and. So if you say, how many students like rock, metal, and hip-hop rap? I just want the overlap of those two. So intersection is the overlap or the shared part. It's like the word and it's represented with a symbol. Now the U is now upside down, class. This stands for intersection. Intersect, think about it. Things that are in common, like where two lines intersect, that'd be the intersection of those two lines. It's the point where they both touch each other or they both have the same coordinate. So if you're going to write the intersection of students who like rock, metal, and hip-hop rap, it would look like this. The probability of students who like rock, metal, and they also like hip-hop rap. So when you think about intersect, it's the part that overlaps. At the end part, both categories have to make you happy. Union means it's or either one. Either one of the things makes us happy. And then if you would fill this last part out, class, wrap up our notes. Got about 2 minutes to go in the video. Some of you are struggling with greater than or less than signs. So let's make sure you remember this. If the arrow points to the left, it means less than. Make sure you are remembering this or you will get wrong answers on probability. That's less than. This means greater than. So if you see the probability of this symbol with a 3, this means less than 3. Symbol the other way, pointing to the left, that means greater than 5. And then this one right here, this is a less than or equal to. So this is less than or equal to 8. And then the last one, the probability of getting something greater than or equal to 1. That is the end of your Venn diagram notes.